Thank you, Joanna. Hi, my name is Camille-Grp2-Spkr5, and today I'd like to talk about recommendations to avoid another corporate groupthink situation. Groupthink is a phenomenon where people tend to conform with group decisions to avoid feeling outcasted, often leading to errors in decision making. Despite the cons, groupthink has many benefits. When working with a large number of people, it often allows the group to make decisions, complete tasks, and finish projects quickly and efficiently. Steps that groups can take to minimize this problem include the following. Group leaders should hold their opinions. The leader of the group should always avoid stating their opinions or preferences when assigning tasks, as it could negatively influence the group or impact the decision outcome. Increase awareness. The first step towards prevention is to make people aware of what groupthink is, as well as how and why it can occur. Engage in open discussions. Create a culture where employees are encouraged to critically analyze situations and proactively share information and provide feedback. Examine the alternatives. Examine all alternatives once your group has compiled a list of ideas or solutions. Then submit those ideas to a standardized method of evaluation that answers questions such as, how does this idea support the goal, or what are the risks? Assign a devil's advocate. Ask one or more team members to play the role of the devil's advocate to ensure all sides of the topic are explored and discussed. Bring in SMEs, or subject matter experts. When the topic is of high importance, internal or external subject matter experts can help ensure a full understanding of all angles, consequences, options, and alternatives. And lastly, examine potential risks. Examine all potential risks if the preferred choice is chosen to ensure your team avoids a possible catastrophic situation. Now I'm going to go over the overall presentation of our group summary project. Failed groupthink summary. Groupthink tends to occur more in situations where there is a high degree of cohesiveness and structural issues within the group. Instances where the group is placed under extreme stress or where moral dilemmas occur also increase the occurrence of groupthink. Groupthink can have negative consequences and often lead to poor or even disastrous decisions. Here are a few symptoms of failed groupthink decisions that led to the aftermath of the Penn State versus Jerry Sandusky scandal. Morality led members to ignore possible moral problems and ignore the consequences of individual and group actions, such as when Joe Paterno, Tim Curley, and Gary Schultz all ignored several reports of sexual abuse committed by Jerry Sandusky. Self-censorship caused by Mike McCreary to have doubts about what he witnessed Sandusky doing. Though he reported the incident to Paterno and Graham Spanier, he still failed to alert the proper authorities outside of the university. Mind guarding. Joe Paterno acted as a mind guard, hiding problematic information of McCreary's report and other reports of abuse from the university staff and police officials. Invulnerability led Curley and Schultz to be overly optimistic and engage in risk-taking by not only failing to report the incident to police officials, but also thinking that by taking away the locker room keys from Jerry Sandusky would resolve the situation, which it didn't. So, again, collectively, these groupthink situations impacted the aftermath of this situation, which resulted in Jerry Sandusky continued to sexually abuse young boys over a period of 15 years. And the cover-up resulted in criminal convictions of Sandusky, Curley, Schultz, and Spanier. Unfortunately, Joe Paterno died before he could be convicted of any wrongdoing. And then Penn State incurred expenditures of approximately $220 million in fines and settlement payouts to the victims. So this was best summed up in a comment given by David Finkelhor of the University of New Hampshire's Crimes Against Children Research Center, stating, I think the problem was that they didn't have a higher level of awareness about the problem itself. And they thought they could kind of get away with what they were doing and how they were handling it. And this concludes the summary of our presentation, as well as my recommendations of avoiding another groupthink situation. I'd like to thank my fellow presenters, Lauren for going over the timeline and event summary that took place, Amy for explaining the in-depth analysis of what really happened, Jessica for the resulting losses in this case, and Joanna for displaying the aftermath summary of events. Thank you.